Hi, it's Beth with a little bit of Beth. And what I really want to talk to you about today is how to begin to make progress within an organization when you're feeling like maybe there's not that many places for you to go. This is a problem that I hear about from a lot of people. People, particularly who are just starting out in their career, and they're really eager to get ahead and start climbing up that ladder, but they're just not sure how to make any progress. They don't kind of see the pathway forward. Now, a few years ago, really the approach was to be really diligent and get really good technically on what you want your specialty to be. And I remember back a million years ago, at least, when I was in high school, there was a real focus on identifying what you wanted to do, then going to school and learning how to do that, and then coming out and getting into a company or an organization where you could do that thing for your whole career and move up incrementally up the ladder and hopefully retire from that place. Well, the tricky part now is that the jobs of tomorrow, the needs of organizations that are coming forward, we don't even know what they are because innovation is happening at such a fast pace that the skill, the job, the technical expertise you may need for what's up and coming next week, next month, next year might not even be created yet, might not even have been innovated yet. So, how can you begin to get some traction to really, if you think about a climbing wall, like how can you begin to identify those holds and what hold you're going to go to next? Well, this is one strategy that I believe works really well, which is to get a lot of cross training at the level you're at. And I heard a speaker the other day. It was some podcast I was listening to, and he had such a brilliant idea. I'm like, gosh, I wish I had thought of that when I was starting out. And he said, volunteer where you can to go to other departmental meetings and volunteer to be the note taker. I think that is brilliant. Hey, I just want to come. I want to listen in. I want to learn a little bit more. And to do that, in exchange for that, I'll be the note taker at your meeting. Wow. Now, of course, you can't, step out on your own duties and responsibilities while you're showing up in that way. But the long-term benefit of that, so he was talking about it as a way to really get more information cross-departmentally, be able, for instance, if you ask to sit in on a meeting of the legal department and you're from marketing, you can help carry water about the messages of why the marketing department needs to have an awareness of all things legal when they're doing their job. And that's one big benefit. But what the research tells us is 70% of the most charismatic and successful leaders are not promoted based on their technical skill and ability. They're promoted based on their social and emotional literacy, their ability to work with all types of people, to work across silos and across teams, and have empathy, compassion, and a focus for what is in the best interest of the good of the whole while they're making decisions and leading. And what better way to build that than to show up cross-functionally, listen to what people are dealing with, hear their sides of the story, and begin to build bridges where you can actually engage in dialogue and share other departments' perspectives towards the good of the whole. I think it's so stinking brilliant. And for someone like me, it's a really appealing way to show up. So when you're thinking about how to move your career forward, even when you're feeling jammed and in a rut and potentially there's no place to go, I'm saying find a few places where you can show up, volunteer, observe, listen, and provide some service as a note taker. That's going to be a really quick way for you to begin to build your reputation, build your skills, your capacity, and your empathy, your self-awareness, and your focus on the good of the whole. Now, if this little bit of Beth was helpful to you, I'm going to ask you to go ahead, hit like at the bottom, and share it out to other people you know who could utilize some of this information. And if you want even more of this approach to showing up in the workforce and collaborating and being socially and emotionally literate, then go to bethwanson.com, hit on the Navigating Challenging Dialogue menu at the top, and come to one of the trainings we're offering. We have one happening in Atascadero, California, Roseville, California, San Jose, California, and we'd love to bring a customized version to your location specific for your staff. So, anyway, that's your little bit of Beth for today, and I'm hoping you have a great day and begin building your social and emotional literacy. Hey, talk to you soon.